Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. I want to welcome you and thank you for joining us tonight. We are very excited. Miss Robbie from Welcome Sweetie Pies joins us tonight to talk about her new single, Ain't My Stuff Good Enough. And she's talking about stuff. That's what she's talking about. But apparently it was a song they recorded like back in the 60s, but their label would not put it out because it was deemed too raunchy. And so she, and another group actually redid it like in the 80s, but she did it as her single. And it's actually really good at the video for us. Check that out. Chike is not here tonight. He was actually in Atlanta this weekend. I caught him on Saturday, and he's traveling, so he'll be back next Monday. But Mandra over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our official website, thestephenknightshow.com. We can get your merch. Check us out on YouTube. Please comment and subscribe. We appreciate you. I want to remind you, we're also nominated for ATL's Hottest Entertainment Awards for Hottest Online Radio Show. We definitely appreciate your votes. Go to our website, The Stephen Knight Show, and you can see all the information and details. Lynia and Nayyir, is us free today? How y'all feeling?
It's Monday. Y'all lucky I got this wig on.
Right. Yeah, So our question of the day is, how competitive are you, Lynia?
Let me take these glasses off. Very competitive. The boyfriend will tell you, my dad will tell you, which I just took my dad to Top Golf on Friday.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, he got the whooping of his life at Top Golf, and then he gonna say, "Oh, you gonna bring a handicapped person to play golf, and then you gonna beat me?" When he was winning, it wasn't a problem, but
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So try me.
What about you, Nayyir?
On a 1 to 10, probably about a 3-4. I don't think I'm competitive until I realize somebody's trying to compete with me. I don't think I'm just outwardly competitive. I like having a good time, and but I can compete with the best of them, I believe. But I don't think I'd be classified as a competitive person naturally.
Yeah, I'm more competitive when it comes like the sports or games. Like I'm very competitive. Like I remember when I first moved to Atlanta, I was working at this job and they had a foosball table.
Oh God!
And I don't curse just by nature. I just don't. I'm cussing people out, going off. Like, okay, work. I do get competitive when it comes to that, but I try to control it. And then I'm always talking junk, even if I'm out of play. Like bowling, I'm talking junk. That's just. Anyway, tweet us at home. Let us know how competitive you are. Stephen Knight Show, SHO. All right, so our hot topic. So Kelly Price. It was announced last week that she was missing. Her family had done a missing persons report saying they hadn't heard from her in several months, which is unusual for her. And then her attorney over the weekend came out and said that no, she's not missing. She's recovering from COVID, because her family knew she had COVID, and then she had it bad. And so her sister came out and said, you can't trust the attorney. I hear what they're saying, but I've not talked to her. That's unusual. We're a close family. And that everybody was like, okay, well, what's going on? Well, the brat, she spoke out on her Instagram Live and said that she spoke to Kelly Price. And she said, but it's not her responsibility to put out what Kelly's going through. She said, let people speak for themselves. The attorney already said she was okay. Her kids know where she is. Let her speak. And she said a lot of people are saying they spoke to her, but then they're promoting whatever products or music they have going on. She was calling that being fake. Well, Kelly Price has broken her silence. She did an interview with TMZ, and she said that she was at home with COVID. Her husband did not catch it, but he was taking care of her. But then her health started declining, so she went to the hospital where she was around doctors. She said she even flatlined where she died, literally, and was brought back. And she had turned everything off. And she said that her sister, is not unusual for them not to talk because they're not even in the best place. The last time she saw her sister was at her mom's funeral last year. But she said that she's doing better. She's still on oxygen. And she never was missing. Everyone knew, her family knew where she was. She just didn't tell her sister and those type of family members, because she didn't want them, worrying. She's trying to get better. So when you heard that Kelly Price was missing Nayyir, what were your thoughts?
When I first heard it, I said she's going to turn up. That was my first thought. I didn't think she was truly gone or missing. I thought it was one of those kind of scenarios where she just took herself off the map. But in this time where a lot of people are coming up missing, there's a highly publicized missing case, and then you have other people talking about, well, other people are missing. So I kind of, saw it as the trend, but I didn't think she was. I knew that. Well, I felt strongly that she was going to turn up when she was ready, and sure enough, before it could spread far, she was already saying she's okay, she's here. But I'm happy that she's, I'm happy it wasn't anything bad.
Yeah.
And that's good for her. It's good for her family, and it's good for anyone who she can inspire in a good way. So,
Lynia, do you think her family jumped the gun, her sisters, by doing this missing report and getting everyone in a frenzy?
So after I saw Kelly speak, that kind of put things into perspective in a sense of, you never know how close people are to their families. Keep it all way funky with you. My circle is small, so there's only certain people that's going to know when I'm really going through things. And it didn't, like, she don't really, they talk, but they don't talk. And it really wasn't her sister's place to file a missing persons report. Now, I know that this man, he was a boyfriend. I don't know when he became a husband.
Well, apparently they secretly got married last year, right after her mom passed.
I think I will say this. She's been through a lot because she's lost a lot of significant people in her life. And I pray to God that he didn't jump in to tap in on her vulnerability, because she's been vulnerable. She's been vocal about being vulnerable because she's lost so many people close to her. Yeah. And, this dude just kind of came from out of nowhere. So, as long as, because her kids are old enough to know that you need, unless you and your kids are not close, her kids and the people that she considers close, as like the brat put up in her video, listen, I talked to her. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired, like she said, I'm tired of this narrative. You know what I mean? Like, the people who needed to hear from her heard from her. We know that she's okay. And it's okay to fall off the grid. It is that's why you shouldn't invest in social media the way that you do, because then people have an expectation, especially when you post all the time. Then when you stop, they're like, what's going on? Yeah. Like, because it's like they can't be in your business no more. Like, I don't post all the time. So if people don't see me post, like, well, she don't post no way. Steven, you every day. You fall off the grid, I'll be like, Chike, where's Steven? What's going on? What's up, Steven? Hello, where you at?
No.
So, yeah, I mean, it all depends, and based off of, what she said about, the sister, yeah, they probably needed to just have a conversation, but I don't think that they're as close. Like, that sister was playing she was cloud chasing it. Now that I heard that, seems like she may have been cloud chasing just a little bit.
Especially when the attorney said that she's okay, she's recovering. And someone had posted, had retweeted a story from Kelly's Instagram page. It was either her or, whoever managed her accounts. And so I think it would have been best, because even after that, that's when the sister called into some show and was saying, I don't trust it, I don't believe it, kind of thing. So we're glad she's okay, though. That was kind of crazy, that whole situation. All right, well, as one of the most successful actors of our time, Will Smith recently revealed that he spent a large portion of his life trying to live up to the standards of the star-studded career that had set for him. Now, while speaking to GQ, he opened up about his journey to evolve from an excellent movie star into a well-rounded man, and discussed how his marriage has played a part in that over the years. Will and Jada have been couple goals for years, which has changed some of the fans of the stars after Jada's Pinkett Smith revealed that she had previously entanglement with Alex Alsina. And while speaking to GQ, Will revealed that he and Jada have not had a conventional relationship, revealing that their relationship stopped being monogamous at some point. He said Jada never believed in a conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had unconventional relationships, so she grew up in that way, that was different than how I grew up. There were significant endless discussions about it. What is relationship? What is relational perfection? What is the perfect way to interact as a couple? And for the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose, not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection. Excuse me. We'll explain that to the interviewer that while the public was very critical of Jada's relationship revelation of August, she was not the only one entangling in other sexual relationships. We have given each other trust and freedom with the belief that everyone has to find their own way. And marriage for us can't be prison, Jada said. And I don't suggest our role for anybody. I don't suggest it for everybody, said again. But the experiences that the freedom that we've given one another and unconditional support, to me, is the highest definition of love. That being said, Lynia, love, what are your thoughts on them choosing their marriage for them, and this is what they're doing by having a seemingly open relationship?
To each his own, but I will say this. If you want to see and deal with other people, what's the point in getting married? What's the point in creating this world? Because none of this came out in the beginning. This was, we're married, we're together, none of that. So what's the purpose of getting married? Why not stay single and you could do whatever you want to do? And I mean, I understand that to a certain extent, marriage is part business too, because you're going into a partnership with each other. And I know whatever works for you works for you. But I know me, I want monogamy. You know what I mean? I can't deal with multiple people. I don't even like watching two dudes and a chick in porno. So why would I want to deal with multiple people? Like, that's too much for me. See, it's not my choice. One person is cool because people get on my nerves.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got to think about soul ties and dealing with all these people.
Mm-hmm.
That's too much for me. You dipping and you dabbing and you and you no. I mean, kudos to them, because certain comments that have been made, I'm just like, because Jada said something about, since she's hitting 50, like, wanting to fall in love at 50.
Yeah.
Ain't you married? You don't love your husband? Like, that's why I'm confused. Like, I don't, but then again, they are in Hollywood, but there are plenty of people in Hollywood that are married to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. So, I mean, to each his own, but I think that maybe they're just coming to some points and crossroads in their lives, and they have been probably playing these roles of, well, I need to look this way, but now the world has opened up and I can be whoever I'm trying to be at this particular juncture in my life.
Yeah. Now, he said that they decided that they didn't want their marriage to be prison as related to monogamy. You're recently married. Is monogamy prison?
Is monogamy a prison? I think anything can be a prison if you limit yourself in that thing in certain ways. For me, is being married to just one woman prison? Not necessarily. No, it's not prison for me. But that's for me. I think Lynia hit it on the head. It's kind of got to be, you got to do what you think is gonna work for you, and maybe that evolves over time. I don't know. I can't walk in Will Smith's shoes or his wife's shoes. I don't know anything about those people or their lives and their upbringings and what they can handle, and they've been married for so long. I can't. I'm not in their shoes, but I totally understand that there probably is some evolution in how things in a lifestyle such as monogamy or otherwise. I would imagine it would be some evolution that you would consider over time. And especially if you've been in a relationship with one person for a long time, you may entertain ideas or thoughts of other people, over time. I don't know. I'm not in that position. But
Right.
for me, no, it's not prison for me. It's fine for me. It's okay. It's okay for me. But that's this kind of the traditional thing that I grew up around seeing and expecting.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up like Jada.
Right.
I didn't grow up seeing whatever she saw, so.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up with marriage, but I just know that my focus, you know what I mean? Like I know how I am. I'm laser focused. And, if I'm focused on somebody, that's who I'm focused on. And we gonna ride or we not, period.
Right.
Like, I don't want multiple people. Like, if I want you, I want you.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm gonna want you in that one? Ooh, my stuff gonna be stretched out. Are you crazy?
Yeah, I can't see myself knowing I'm getting cheated on.
You're not here. Freely know it. Freely know. Oh, hey, babe. Your mate come in and you know that they done been out. You
Right.
kiss them in the mouth.
Right. I'm like, no. Cheat like everybody else. I hide.
Breath smelling like butt. Get out of here.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back talking about R. Kelly, found guilty of all charges. Right back after.